Today, we're going to take a look at how tough guys are running scared from Nikita Tszyu. The boxer is now facing an ongoing dilemma of sorts in Australian boxing as a result of the lack of challengers coming forward to face him. Of course, there's a good reason for that. That's because he easily won his first two matches. First off, fear factor. There's definitely an intimidating aura around the athlete now, and we're sure he's going to try and keep the momentum going from here. The only person who responded to the call was Jeff Horn's young brother, Ben Horn, with a current 4-4 record, including 2 knockouts, who will face Tszyu. And how is Tszyu's record stacked up against that exactly? Well, it's impressive to say the least, coming at a flawless, undefeated 2-0. Not to mention the fact that each win came in the form of a knockout too. The two fighters will have their bouts on July 20th at Sydney's Hordern Pavilion in the sequel to Tim's victory over Jeff in 2020. Due to the incredibly harsh and quick beatings Nikita unleashed on his opponents, he's only fought twice professionally and still managed to finish off both his opponents in spectacular fashion. Given his surname, a lot of competitors want to face the up-and-coming fighter in an effort to make headlines and make their name shining in bright lights as they get a one-way ticket to the top. If only it were that easy for the competitors, because with the way Tszyu's been doing, they might end up entering the slaughterhouse. Next up, big talk from small fighters. However, according to Nikita's manager, Glenn Jennings, when it comes to conducting business, there is utter stillness and very little to write home about. It's pretty strange that fighters are eager to step into the ring, but there haven't been any developments yet. At the Tszyu vs. Horn press conference, Jennings stated that it's a continuing issue with Nikita. Believe it or not, Tszyu's professional reputation is already in front of him after just 2 rounds. He's done more than prove himself to be able to take on other fighters. They went on to state that he has been on the receiving end of much criticism from critics and competitors alike. But when the phone rings to take those fighters up on the opportunity, those same people frequently vanish. Guess plenty of people are all talk until they have to go up against an undefeated, knockout-dealing fighting machine. Jennings went on to say that it's extremely annoying being caught up in this process. The call-out fighters, in his opinion, are the tough individuals who really wanted the battle to begin with, so it doesn't make much sense. They said they feel that the call-out warriors nowadays are the exact opposite of what was once thought. According to Jennings, these fighters only enjoy making noise and calling out others for fun. When the call is received to confirm the plan, nothing happens. There is absolutely nothing. Coming up, a worthy challenger? The situation in Horns' camp was distinct from those of the other parties that hung up the phone. However, in fact, after discussing the fight with his trainer Glenn Rushton, Horn agreed to take the challenge almost immediately, which was a refreshing change of pace. Rushton, who is a world champion trainer who led Jeff to his illustrious victory over Manny Pacquiao in 2017, is aware of how dangerous this contest will be, but is up to the challenge of prepping Horn regardless. He believes that the reward can be pretty worth it if Horn comes out on top. You're probably wondering if Rushton has the same info we have on Tszyu. Well, he made sure to clarify that point for us when he said that he and Horn are aware of the problem they face in this situation. He claimed that both Nikita Tszyu and Tim are excellent boxers, so it'll make for a healthy bout. He went on to say that all things considered, tremendous opportunities sometimes comes with a huge risk, like it does here. He backed up his trainee Ben Horn and claimed he has more balls than the Australian cricket team, which definitely helped lighten the mood. Rushton said Horn is a difficult person for sure, but that Ben and Jeff have engaged in a toe-to-toe brawl in front of him before. According to Rushton, he never stole any lip from Jeff, and he has no problems entering the ring with Nikita either. To be sure, because he's a tough guy, like your usual hard-working tradesman. According to the trainer, the hunter and the butcher are facing off, and to him, that sounds like a bloodbath. If Tszyu triumphs, Jennings predicts that the promising fighter will probably fight 3 more times before the year is up. He also had a prophecy for the remainder of the division and said to expect some more calls from the boys who have been awfully silent on the phone. Jennings added that you can't call someone out on national television and then become a wimp. Let's get it done if you make the call and we agree to do it. Now, in other news. First off, Anthony Joshua trying desperately to somehow get his titles back. Anthony Joshua is dedicated to getting even for his most recent defeat and reclaiming the undisputed heavyweight championship. He's performed this feat before already, and now he's in a particular position where it's once again necessary for his professional career. Joshua wants to consolidate his career after reclaiming possession of the WBA, IBF, WBO, and IBO titles more than he wants to exact revenge on Alexander Usyk, which really says something. I heard someone say you have a chance to become the world's heavyweight champion 3 times. It's not really where you want to be, I stated. Joshua acknowledged during the London news conference for the rematch against Usyk on August 20th, and said he wouldn't recommend young people going down that road like him. Josh had the difficult task of defending his unified heavyweight title on Saudi Arabian soil twice. The 2012 Olympic Olympic gold medalist and two-time champion is now on his way and headed to Diriyah to battle Mexican heavyweight Andy Ruiz 6 months after their epic match at Madison Square Garden in New York City in June 2019 was stopped in the 7th round by Josh. Joshua effectively exacted revenge for his loss at the time by defeating an unfit Ruiz in the rematch and returning to WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO championships to England. He only succeeded in defeating Kubrat Pulev during his second reign, and it was in the 9th round. After that, he took on Usyk to defend his WBO mandatory championship. Only time will tell what the next step is for the fighter. Next up, Eddie Hearn wants a confrontation. With their third and possibly final fight scheduled for September 17th, promoter Eddie Hearn sounded desperate this week in his desire for Gennady Golovkin to openly confront Canelo Alvarez about his dislike of him. Hearn wants Golovkin to be candid and tell Canelo the truth about how he feels about him. It's unclear if Hearn thinks Golovkin should publicly express his disdain for Canelo, or if this is just a ploy to promote their trilogy fight on DAZN pay-per-view. Whatever the motivation, it would be entertaining to watch the two competitors trade insults non-stop over the next 2 months leading up to their bout on September 17th at T-Mobile Arena. Now is the time for Golovkin to make his voice heard among the millions of boxing fans. Given that Canelo and Golovkin will be in the public eye for the next 2 months, this is the ideal time for Golovkin to express why he despises him so much. He believes that doing so will help him feel heard. We've heard Canelo remark time and time again that he sees Golovkin as nothing more than a two-faced phony who seems polite in public, but then starts trash-talking when out of earshot. Canelo hasn't been shy about telling the media why he despises Golovkin. Coming up, Broner asks for help. Adrian Broner contacted Floyd Mayweather Jr. this week on social media in what looks to be a plea for assistance, asking the retired boxer to give him a hand with his career. According to reports, Adrian, a 32-year-old former 4-division world champion, wants Mayweather to use his magic on his career the same way he did with Gervonta Tank Davis. The fighter has only fought twice in the past 4 years, beginning in 2018, as he struggled in defeats to Manny Pacquiao and Giovanni Santiago, which occurred over a year ago in February 2021. Despite being unsuccessful in landing a punch, 2 of the judges awarded Broner the opening round. He asked for help by posting on social media about how he misses Mayweather and that he knows the two haven't spoken in a while. He got to the point and straight up said that he needs him more than ever right now when it comes to boxing. Given that Broner cannot compete at a high level at 140 or 147 pounds, it is uncertain what Magic Merriweather can do for his career the way it's going. It's been a long time since Adrian competed successfully in the 130 and 135 weight classes. Broner left the lightweight class 9 years ago, and he has been competing at welterweight since 2013. It's unlikely that Mayweather will be able to revive his flagging career unless he can get him on a weight loss regimen to drop down to 130 pounds or 135 pounds. That's a wrap for this video. How do you feel about Tszyu's undefeated streak finally being put to the test? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.